Most people hit snooze. Successful people hit the ground running before the sun even thinks about showing up. And no, this isn't about some motivational nonsense or toxic hustle culture. This is about something way deeper, something that changed my entire life. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the world's most powerful people guard their mornings like a sacred ritual. I used to be that person. You know the type. Alarm goes off at 7, snooze. 7:15, snooze again. Finally drag myself out of bed at 8, stumbling around like a zombie, barely making it to work on time, feeling like I was already behind before the day even started. I was reactive. I was exhausted. I was stuck. And I had no idea why my life felt like it was happening to me instead of for me. Then something shifted. I started waking up at 5 in the morning. And I'm not going to lie to you, the first week was brutal. I felt like I was punishing myself. But then something strange happened. I started to feel powerful, like I had unlocked a secret level in life that nobody told me about. My energy changed, my focus changed, my entire identity changed. And when I looked around, I realized something shocking. Every single person I admired, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every creator who was living the life I wanted, they were all doing the same thing. They were waking up before sunrise. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool, but I'm not a morning person. And I get it. I wasn't either. But here's the thing. This isn't about being a morning person. It's about taking control. It's about winning the first battle of the day before the world even wakes up to fight you. Because let me tell you something that nobody talks about. The world is designed to steal your time. Your phone, your job, your friends, your family, social media, emails, texts, meetings, everything is constantly pulling at you, demanding your attention, draining your energy. And if you wake up late, you've already lost. You're already playing defense. But when you wake up early, before anyone can ask anything of you, before the notifications start flooding in, before the chaos begins, you get to play offense. You get to decide who you are before the world tells you who to be. And that, my friend, is the ultimate power move. Let me tell you about a guy named Tim. Tim was a mid-level manager at a tech company. Good job, decent salary, but he felt stuck. He had dreams of starting his own business, writing a book, getting in shape, but he never had time. Sound familiar? Every day he'd wake up at 7:30, rush to work, spend 9 hours in meetings and emails, come home exhausted, scroll on his phone, watch TV, and crash. Repeat. For years. He wasn't living, he was surviving. Then one day, Tim read about a CEO who credited his entire success to his morning routine. Out of desperation, Tim decided to try it. He set his alarm for 5 a.m. The first morning, he hated it. He felt groggy, miserable, questioned everything. But he didn't quit. He showed up the next day, and the next. And within 2 weeks, something clicked. He started using those early hours to work on his business idea. No distractions, no interruptions. Just him, his laptop, and his dreams. 6 months later, Tim quit his job. A year later, his business was making 6 figures. 2 years later, he was financially free, all because he decided to wake up before the world did. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great for Tim, but I need my sleep. And you're absolutely right. Sleep is critical. But here's the secret that successful people know. It's not about sleeping less. It's about sleeping smarter. Most people stay up late doing absolutely nothing productive. Scrolling, binge-watching, worrying. Then they wonder why they can't wake up early. But when you go to bed with intention, when you protect your sleep like it's sacred, waking up early becomes effortless. Because you're not just waking up early. You're waking up for something. And that's the key. Purpose. Successful people don't wake up early just to wake up early. They wake up early because they have a mission. They have a vision. They have something burning inside of them that refuses to wait. And when you have that fire, sleep becomes fuel, not an escape. Let me break down what actually happens in the brain when you wake up before sunrise. There's this thing called the prefrontal cortex. It's the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, focus, and willpower. And here's the crazy part. It's strongest in the morning. After a full night of rest, your brain is operating at peak capacity. You're sharper, more creative, more disciplined. But as the day goes on, decision fatigue sets in. Every choice you make, every email you answer, every problem you solve, it drains your mental energy. By the evening, your willpower is shot. That's why you make bad decisions at night. That's why you binge eat, procrastinate, and waste time. Your brain is exhausted. But in the morning, before the world bombards you, your mind is a blank canvas. You have full control. And successful people leverage this. They protect their mornings like a fortress. They don't check emails. They don't scroll social media. They don't let the outside world in. They use that sacred time to invest in themselves, to think, to plan, to create, to grow. And by the time the rest of the world wakes up, they've already won the day. Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, Michelle Obama, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all of them wake up before 5 a.m. And it's not a coincidence. They've cracked the code. They understand that the morning is the only time that truly belongs to them. Everything else is borrowed time. Now, let's talk about the spiritual side of this, because there's something almost magical about the early morning. The world is quiet. The air is still. There's a certain peace that only exists in those hours before dawn. And in that silence, you connect with something deeper. Call it intuition, call it the universe, call it God, call it whatever you want. But there's a clarity that comes in the morning that you just can't find anywhere else. It's like the noise of the world hasn't polluted your mind yet. You're pure, you're aligned, you're present. I remember the first time I experienced this. I was sitting outside at 5:30 in the morning, coffee in hand, watching the sky slowly shift from black to deep blue to soft orange. And I felt this overwhelming sense of gratitude, not for anything specific, just for being alive, for having another day, for having another chance. And in that moment, I realized something profound. Successful people aren't successful because they work harder. They're successful because they think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They see mornings as gifts, not curses. And here's the thing. When you start your day in that energy, in that mindset, everything changes. You're not rushing. You're not stressed. You're not reactive. You're calm, focused, intentional. And that energy carries you through the entire day. People notice. Opportunities appear. Doors open. It's like the universe rewards you for showing up early. But let's get practical, because I know some of you are thinking, okay, I'm convinced, but how do I actually do this? And I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that worked for me and thousands of others. First, you need a reason, a real reason. Not just, I want to be successful. That's too vague. What do you actually want? Do you want to start a business, write a book, get in shape, learn a new skill, spend time with God, meditate? Whatever it is, you need to know your why. Because on those mornings when your bed feels like heaven and your alarm feels like torture, your why is the only thing that's going to get you up. Second, you need to shift your identity. Stop saying, I'm not a morning person. That's a story you've been telling yourself and it's keeping you stuck. Start saying, I'm someone who wakes up early to invest in my future. Words create reality. Your brain believes what you tell it, so tell it the right story. Third, you need to prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, set up your coffee, know exactly what you're going to do when you wake up. Because if you have to think in the morning, you'll lose. Decision fatigue will kick in and you'll hit snooze. But if everything is ready, if the path is clear, you'll just flow. Fourth, no phone for the first hour. This is non-negotiable. The moment you check your phone, you've handed control of your morning to someone else. You're letting the world dictate your energy. Don't do it. Protect your peace. Use that first hour for you. Read, journal, meditate, exercise, work on your goals. Do something that fills your cup, not drains it. And fifth, give yourself grace. You're going to mess up. You're going to hit snooze. You're going to have bad mornings. That's okay. Progress, not perfection. Just keep showing up, because every morning you win is a deposit in the bank of your future self. Now, I want to talk about something nobody mentions, the loneliness of waking up early. Because when you start this journey, you're going to be alone. Your friends are going to think you're crazy. Your family might not understand. The world is asleep, and you're awake, grinding in the dark. And that can feel isolating. But here's what I learned. That loneliness is actually a gift. Because in that solitude, you find yourself. You discover who you are when nobody's watching. You build a relationship with the person in the mirror. And that relationship is the most important one you'll ever have. Successful people aren't afraid of being alone. They crave it. Because they know that's where the magic happens. That's where ideas are born. That's where discipline is forged. That's where greatness is built. One quiet morning at a time. And let me tell you, the confidence you gain from waking up early is unmatched. Because you know deep down that while everyone else was sleeping, you were working. While they were dreaming, you were doing. And that gives you an edge, a quiet, unshakable confidence that no one can take from you. You walk into rooms differently, you speak differently, you carry yourself differently, because you know you've already put in the work. I'll never forget the moment I realized I had changed. I was in a meeting with people who used to intimidate me, but this time I wasn't nervous. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was just present, confident, clear, because I had spent the morning investing in myself, and that energy radiated. People felt it, they respected it, and opportunities started flowing my way that never would have before. So here's my challenge to you. Try it, just for 30 days. Wake up before sunrise. Use that time to invest in your dreams. Protect your mornings, guard your energy, and watch what happens. I promise you, your life will never be the same. You'll look back at this moment and realize it was the turning point. The moment you stopped surviving and started thriving. The moment you stopped letting life happen to you and started making life happen for you. Because at the end of the day, successful people aren't special. They're not superhuman.
They're just people who made a decision to wake up early, a decision to do hard things, a decision to bet on themselves. And if they can do it, so can you. So what are you waiting for? The sun is about to rise, and your new life is waiting on the other side of that alarm clock. Don't hit snooze on your dreams. Wake up, show up, and become the person you were always meant to be. If this video hit you, drop a like, subscribe, and comment "I'm ready" below. Let's build this community of early risers together. Because we're not just chasing success, we're chasing freedom. And it starts tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. I'll see you there.